So our first question is, so consumption of poor quality medicines could be accelerating drug resistance in India. Consumption of poor quality medicines could be accelerating drug resistance in India. Examine this with an eye on what needs to be done. 250 words. So Ankur gave his answer. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is the third largest industry in the world in volume. The pharmaceutical industry is the third largest in the world in volume, accounting for nearly 10% of the world's production. So, however, a recent report by World Health Organization estimated 20% of all drugs sold in India are fake and poor quality. And the effect of these drugs are they increase in the antimicrobial resistance, which is ability of the microorganism like virus and bacteria to stop an antimicrobial like antibiotics to working against it. This is causing treatment to be ineffective, infection persist, and even to spread in other areas. India is reported to be the source of 35% of all counterfeit drugs sold worldwide. India is reported to be the source of 35% of all counterfeit drugs sold worldwide. Worldwide, okay. This also propose negative image of our drug, which will reduce export in future. So it is mainly this is also negative image of our drug, which will reduce export in future. So reasons for poor quality drugs, because low standards. The suggest that CDSCO suggests that the medicines can be sought of up to 30% of the active ingredient before they are considered seriously substandard. That's they three times or the shortfall generally allowed for most ineffective medicines in the British or US. B is the India most active ingredient from China, thus which are costly. Thus, to reduce the price, active ingredient content is reduced by companies. So India import active ingredient from the China, and thus which are costly. Thus, to reduce the prices, active ingredient content is reduced by companies. Lack of monitoring in the supply and distribution chain, and which allow to the fake drug to enter in at any stage, and poor storage and transportation facility. CDSCO is not doing proper pre-license and post-licensing inspection and post-market surveillance. Way forward, the Drugs and Cosmetics Act is need to be amended to include severe penalties and criminal liability for those manufacturing standard drug, and increase CDSCO should improve the standard and reduce the shortfall uh, which allowed in active ingredient, and increase the survey and inspection, and undertake recall of drugs which when necessary, improve the storage and transportation facility, and blockchain technology can be used to monitor the supply chain and thus stop the mixing of fake drugs, increase domestic production of the API. India proud of selling itself pharmacy of the world, but this pharmacy is facing serious competition, and from other countries like China. Unless India concrete its quality and standards, it will be tough to maintain its current share in the global market. So quality comes free of cost, and in integrating interesting story of Japan and US and Mercedes, etc. For success in any field in this, that this is the um, मूल मंत्रा. वेल सो यहाँ पर वेल आंसर के बारे में बोल रहा है. सो IPR इशू नीड बेटर रेगुलेशन, नीड फॉर रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट, इन्वेस्टमेंट, awareness campaign for public to know about medicines that their effect, international collaboration which shares knowledge in medicine field, and AMR link with TB and discriminatory practice by drug manufacturer nexus between the doctors and drugs companies over prescription. US Drug Administration study in India, and so all things are good. Now here given the answer, so you can see. So यहाँ पर low quality now, and 10% of drugs globally are India, of which 20% are fake, WHO. And so the literate campaign building, capacity building makes doctors monthly meet campaigns where poor can participate, and strengthening research and development. Okay, so now we discuss. Okay, so thank you.